Welcome to a story that's been a long time coming. A series that peels back the layers of a case shrouded in questions and controversy from the very first day. This is Railroaded, the Dexter Williams series. Imagine March 4th, 2020 in Bibb County, Georgia. A single moment in time that set off a chain of events, leaving behind a trail of conflicting documents, unanswered questions, and a community asking, why so many contradictions? In this first episode, you're not just watching a show. You're stepping into the very heart of the investigation. You'll hear it straight from Dexter himself about the events that transpired the day of arrest. You'll feel the tension, you'll hear the passion, and see how each piece of evidence fits, or doesn't fit, into place. Now, here's what makes this series stand out. We're not just laying out the facts. You'll get to see the behind-the-scenes tug-of-war between jurisdictions and the personal stakes that never made the news. We're going to highlight the human side of this case, what Dexter and his family went through, the moments of confusion and resilience, and how a series of legal decisions changed lives off the record. We'll also keep each episode punchy but real, giving you the untold angles and the voices that often get drowned out. It's not just about the legal maze, it's about the human journey inside it. From the initial arrest to the twists and turns of re-indictments, you'll see how evidence shifted, how legal lines blurred, and how the same faces kept showing up at every turn. We'll keep each episode tight and focused, just enough to give you solid info without overwhelming you. Think of it like a journey through the real story behind the headlines, revealing step by step how a case can be railroaded. We're laying out a visual timeline that brings you along for the ride. No fluff, no filler, just the raw, unfiltered journey we've all been waiting to uncover. So, settle in and get ready. This series is about to take you deep inside the story. No more waiting, no more guessing. Railroaded is here, and it's time to see what really happened, because the journey starts now.
World premiere.
It's a gas chamber.
735 Wesleyan Drive, Macon, Georgia, 31210. That's the Hydrant District in Macon. Okay? All right. They come there and arrest, right?
Mm-hmm.
Allegedly, they got 40 kilos of cocaine, right?
Mm-hmm.
And arrested me and another guy named 30 Star, who was in possession of the drugs, okay?
Mm-hmm.
That was on March the 4th, right? All right. Houston County was not even there at that time, okay, of the arrest. About an hour and a half, 2 hours later, they set me and Curtis down in a chair, which I thought was mighty strange, and they didn't have no FBI, no GBI, just Bibb County agents, right? It won't never Bibb County sheriffs, right? But we asked, why we sitting up under the carport? You see the house, you don't see the carport. They put our chairs and let us sit down. But the reason they were letting us sit down, because they were waiting on Houston County to come, right?
Mm-hmm.
To assist in the arrest, because they really, like Sheriff David Davis said, they were assisting Houston County, because Houston County told them about what was supposed to be going on, because they had been wiretapping the phone, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they get there, and then Houston County comes from Houston County, the agent, the head agent, the one who's the sheriff now, he comes straight to Bibb County and get with us, take us to the Bibb County Police Precinct downtown, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a place right across from there used to be Colonial Bank and the tax office in Macon now. So they took us to that little position, right? We went there, they booked us there, and then they finished booking us when they took us to Bibb County Jail. Okay? Houston County didn't have no nothing at that time. The arrest was Bibb County, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. We supposed to have our first appearance in Bibb County because it was a major drug arrest did in Bibb County, right? You know, anytime you catch a case, you're going to have your first appearance, right? Okay, before we can have our first appearance, get what Houston County do? They come get us about 7 o'clock that morning and take us to Houston County. While we sitting in Houston County waiting, right, to be booked, the judge finally sent a warrant. I sent you a copy of the warrant. You see that copy of the warrant? On March the 5th, he signs it at 9 o'clock, right? They had already picked us up and charged us with RICO. Not 40 kilos now, but RICO. And from that day, after they did all that, and that Tuesday, they started confiscating properties. They went to the car lot, took the car lot, okay? Took over that, took the house, took everything. You hear me? Listen,
they can't be that incompetent, man. They can't.
They're not. They crooked. Because they literally, now, you got my whole thing. What they say I was found guilty of, you read it. They said I was found guilty of 2 predicate act 76 and 77. Those are phone counts. Those are phone counts. Those are not drug cases. Them are not possession of cocaine or possession of marijuana, possession of nothing. All that was to say he was on the phone. But they didn't even get the drugs. They didn't even get no money. All they said they heard a conversation. They don't even got the predicate act of crime that they say we actually committed. It is not even a felony. It's not even a fucking felony. It ain't no felony to be on no phone until you commit a crime. So where's the felony that goes with it? That's the law. You read. Okay, we understand you heard the phone call, but where is the felony? Where's the drug? Where's the money that you can prove that a crime was committed? You don't got that. Yeah. Where's the crime? I understand the phone call, but where is the actual crime that got committed? You said a crime was committed. Because this is what you gave this guy predicate act 76 and 77. Where's the 40 kilos that you all say y'all got in Bibb County? Why is that charge? Where's the trafficking? Where's the possession? Where's the charges? A guy named Michael Lambros, he is the special prosecutor that the state hires to go after people properties. He did it to the Indian people, then did it to black people, and they use it under the disguise of RICO. And what they do is this: they don't go in looking to actually forfeit the property. All they want to do is seize the property. Because if they forfeit the property, they got to go through all the forfeiture proceedings. They don't want to go through that. They bypass that by what? Getting the property under seizure, giving a receivership. So what they gave a lawyer named Burt Wilkerson out of Macon, Georgia, somebody tied to the community there. He, in turn, is responsible for handling all the finances of the people that property has been seized. So they call that a receivership.
He pretty much holding everything in quote unquote escrow, essentially.
Yeah, exactly. To be taken care of just in case if the state prevail or if the defendant prevail and win the case, then he took care of the finances to make sure all the bills are paid. That's his thing. Make sure all the taxes and insurance are paid on properties, right? That was his job. But they abused that position because he was never trying to keep up with the business of the receivership. He was trying to line his pockets too. How did he do it? This is how they do it. Instead of going through a forfeiture proceeding, the typical forfeiture proceeding, they auction off the property. Use the judge, the same judge in Houston County, to say that, hey, I don't think the defendant can take care of the business of keeping these rental properties because the rental people is not paying the rent on the property and he can't maintain it because he got to have people, ground crew. It's best interest of the state and the defendant to go ahead on and sell the property. So what the judge do? Whatever that receiver says, the judge goes along with it. All right, when he goes along with it, now he gives him the right to put the property at auction. So he take the property and send it to auction and sell the property, right?
Guess who get the proceeds from the property? The insurance, the auction company that auction it off, they get 10%, right? They love to do it because they get 10%, right? Guess where the other money goes to? In a Houston County bank. So now there's no need to go through forfeiture because they've already got all the money out of it. You understand? So they ain't got to go through none of that. All they want to do at that point, let's get a conviction, and our conviction gonna make the what hold up? The seizure hold up. They never was gonna go through a full forfeiture proceeding. They went through one thing, got a judge that okay to sell the property. When the judge okay to sell the property, who gives a fuck? Because the money, the property's been sold now, and we got the money in our bank.